Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Zano, and this is episode 201 of the world famous University Love podcast, also known as Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today. Today is February the 12th, 2021. How are you doing today? What are your plans this weekend? I don't have any big plans, I don't think. I might surprise my wife and make her breakfast or something like that, something nice. And I think that's about all I got. But anyway, today we are going to talk about selling. No, we're just gonna we're gonna go into a brief thing about selling, and then we're gonna talk about a couple other things. It's gonna be like a hodgepodge episode. Now, this morning, I heard my lovely wife, who you heard on the podcast yesterday, in one of the greatest interviews I think that we have done on Online Marketing Moves. Oh, wait a minute, it's the only interview we've done. We got to line this up, you got to start doing more interviews. But in one part of the interview, she talked about selling, how she likes to smile while she's selling. She learned that technique from her mother, and I heard her this morning on the phone, and I definitely had to look and I had to take a peek, and I was like, what she got going on over there? And she was selling a class to a potential customer, and then they talked about the membership, and then she blew past the class and started talking about the membership, and she said, oh yeah, we do this, we do that, and then she sold a membership instead of just the one class. And I was like, I need to learn these. I need to definitely take more notes from my wife, because she is a selling expert, and me myself, I am trying to become a selling expert, but we're quite not there yet, but we will be. It's only a matter of practice, but there's nothing wrong with, I'm telling you, if you already have a sale, then not always, but if there's a chance, that you can upsell somebody, definitely sell to them again, because when you're selling to somebody, it's for their benefit anyway. So like this woman, she called for a class for her daughter. She said, my daughter wants to really get into culinary. So my wife, got to talking to her about the class, and then she moved forward and talked about the membership. She's like, well, she's really passionate about being a chef. She should join the chef club membership. And lo and behold, she was like, oh yeah, that sounds great. That will save us some money, and she can do this every weekend. So I mean, it helped her, it's going to help her daughter, and it's going to help my wife, so everybody benefits. One thing I learned about in this book about from Stephen Covey, um the habits of highly effective people, is interdependence is like the best way to go. Not trying to get over on somebody and not letting people get over on you, but interdependence, helping each other out, the transfer of energy from one to another, all that kind of good stuff. But I just wanted to point that out, because I told my wife, I said, I said, I'm very impressed with your, selling ability. She said, why, thank you, sir. I said, you're very welcome. And I thought it was great. But she's also good luck, because yesterday I looked and we had like 100, because my wife, she was a little paranoid. She's like, I don't want to be sound boring or nothing like that. And I was like, no, you sound great. And we had like 150, 200 downloads in one day. So I said, there you go. I said, for the little engine that could, that's very well. That's great, you know. And it made me think. So this is why we preach content creation, because you never quite you if you just do it, post it and leave it up there, people will find it. Of course, you want to become good at marketing. You want to market yourself, because like I told you before, nobody's going to beat that drum for you more than you in the beginning. And then after a while, people will beat the drum for you. So why come you aren't out there beating the drum for me like that, huh? Every week I'm like, tell a friend to tell a friend. Who are you telling? No, I'm just kidding. You're talking to me. You're talking to me. No, but this is the reason why we preach the content creation, taking the action, because it might be one. It might be small hit, small hit, small hit, boom, big hit. Small hit, small hit, boom, big hit. I read this article this week about this girl. She's writing on Medium. She's like, I made $5,000 writing on, Medium. And she was like, I have one article that hits, and then the rest are kind of small. I'm like, well, that's all you need. You don't need 20 ideas to become rich. You just need one idea to be rich, or you just need one thing that can make you wealthy. Rich, wealthy, however you want to put it. Making more money or generate more income than what you're making now, basically. You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna talk about a thing that you should look into. Okay, we're gonna discuss this right now. A thing that you should look into when you are whatever you are doing, no matter what you are doing. A thing that you should look into is how can I get memberships. Like, memberships are one of the best ways, or one of the best things to do when it comes to a business. And everybody everybody can make a membership. Even if you have, like, I saw this guy, he had like a membership for leadership or something like that. He's like, no, this is a motivational uh, membership, something like that. Like, you pay $10 a month, and he had a fairly big audience. So if you get, you know, let's do the math. I'm pretty good at math, but we're gonna whip out the calculator because I don't want to be completely wrong. Say, because this guy had like, like 1 million followers or something like that, and say if you get like 1,000 people to do the $10 a month, that's $10,000 a month. I mean, there you go, there you go. And 1,000 out of 1 million people, that's just a small slice. So it's probably more than that. And all he's gonna do is create a few videos, upload them, tell people, hey, this, that, and the other, which is, I mean, nothing wrong with that, and it's a fairly decent price. And if people like the guy and they want to follow the guy, then that's a better way to follow him. And if it's $10 a month, it's affordable for his audience. You got to do price points on your audience. You got to figure out what they want, what they need. How much they can afford, and then you offer them the membership. Just like my wife today, she talked to the lady. She said $99 for 4 or 5 classes a month, and the lady was like, "Oh, that's better than the 35." And my wife was like, "Yeah," and that's how that went. And now she's going to be a member. She has a membership, and a membership every month is recurring income. So it's that way. What if your business? Sometimes, like, when you start going about this stuff, and maybe you tried to sell, maybe you wrote a book one month and the book didn't sell as well as you thought, but you always have the membership that you can fall back on. As we talked about before, always have something that you want to have a base. You want to make sure that you have a steady base. you know you can do more when you have a base. You can try more things when you have a foundation. The foundation is the most important thing. You build that foundation, and then you can definitely build the house. The hardest thing to build is the foundation. So just keep that in mind, and keep the membership in mind, because they have memberships for everything now. Every cable company, every I mean, I watch me and my wife, we watched 5 minutes of the Super Bowl. I saw a commercial for Paramount. I said, Paramount got a app too? And it's like $49 a month. Everybody has the app. Discovery, Paramount, NBC. All these different places. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the way to go. That's the move. It's a smart move. HBO Max. I mean, me, my wife, and my sister-in-law, we use HBO Max. We use HBO Max together, and HBO Max is, to me, is like the best. I mean, I told my wife we can cancel the rest of them for me, because I don't watch that much TV, but I do watch HBO Max every day, because for me they have the best movies. So if I'm gonna watch 1 or 2 movies a week, it's gonna be on HBO Max. But my wife, she has to keep the cable. But anyway, everybody has some kind of membership. The YMCA. I'm a member of the YMCA. It's like $99 a month, which I'm probably going to cancel because COVID. I haven't been to the gym. I had that suspended, but you know, but it's just like keep the just it's just little different things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to your business, when it comes to different ways that you can generate income. Because yeah, when you're starting off, yeah, you want to just try to get a base going. You want to try to have whatever number is whatever number works for you. It don't have to be 10,000, don't have to be 20,000, don't have to be 40,000, 50,000. If you don't have a lot of bills or whatever, it's like, have you ever played the cash flow game? I have this game called the cash flow game that talks about cash flow, and it talks about generating enough money to pay your bills, your day, your monthly bills, have enough money for that. Then you don't have to really work for anybody. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a lot of bills, then if you say, hey, I'm going to be an affiliate and I want to make $5,000 a month and that'll cover all my bills, then make $5,000 a month. You don't have to go out here and make 70,000, 100,000, $200,000 a month. It's just whatever you want. But a membership is definitely a good way to help you get to that goal. Because I was thinking about this. I'm a member of. I get a newsletter every month from a guy. Every month I pay a certain amount of money, and I was thinking about this one day, and I'm like, man, if this guy gets like 100 people, say he got 500 people, it's like 500 people at like, we'll say $100 a pop. That's $50,000. That's $600,000 a year. That's, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can definitely live off that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I need to get, I don't need to be like the guy, but I definitely need to get to where he's at when it comes to memberships and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's something to strive for. That's something good to have. You just want to make sure that you have steady income. So that way, like I said, you can take more risk. You can do more things. You can take more chances. You might want to write a book. You might want to go film a movie. Whatever you want to do. If you know you have income coming in every month, then you can like, all right, I can go do this. I can go do that. When you have money problems and you're struggling with money, the main thing you're going to focus on is the money. You're not going to focus on what you're using up all your brain power to focus on the money, which is, I get it. I've been there. Most of us have all been there. So it gets frustrating after a while. You know what I mean? Worrying about money, lack of money is more of a lack of money is not lack of money, but lack of money and being in debt is more of a pain in the tookish than actually having too much money, in my opinion. Like, I'm not greedy. I know people like to tell you for love of money or money is the root of all evil, but it's the love of money is the root of all evil, not having a bunch of money. If you're gonna do evil things with the money, then of course you don't want to be like that. But you just want to make sure that you have money, so that way it doesn't have to be a focus. Because once money and things like that is not a focus, then you can focus on create. You can be more creative. You can do more creative things. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I'm like, once I alleviate myself from this job I have, I will have more time. I plan on writing. I plan on just writing on a daily basis, just different things. Like some things I'm gonna write for business wise, but on a personal scale, like I want to write a book, and I just want to see how it goes. Maybe a romance book. I don't know. Maybe like a spy book. I just know I want to write a book, but I don't have a lot of time. Right now. I'm building a base so that way I can get more time to write the book. I can wake up, be like, hey, I don't have to worry about going to work. I don't have to worry about punching in the clock. I don't have to worry about this, worry about that. I can just sit there for an hour, write a book, tell the baby eventually, be quiet, baby. I'm trying to write a book. Nah, but it's just time freedom. You know, time freedom, and the less you're stressed, the more you're able to do things. You know, the more you're able to contribute to the world. You know, because a lot of times, a lot of us get into a place where you don't have any money, and you're like, I got to think about myself, and if if you think you're short on cash, then you won't donate money, and like I like donating to St. Jude, me myself, St. Jude and the community food bank. I like to donate to those kind of places, but I know that I need to make more money so I can donate more money to these places. And I would actually like to go to the food bank and do a little work at the food bank. But I definitely don't have a lot of time on my hands to do that. So I just donate money, you know. But once I'm able to alleviate myself from the time of the job, then because it's 12 hours every day, that's a lot of time to give up. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like the job is, I work. I work at the job to, like the job bought me this microphone. The job bought me the camera that I use. But now I'm going to take the microphone and camera that I have, and I'm going to use that for the business, and that's going to generate me money to alleviate myself from the job. So you see, it's all a big circle. It's all a cycle, you know? So anyway, that's it for the podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this hodgepodge episode. We will be back tomorrow with the episode with the straight line. We're gonna no hodgepodge tomorrow, okay? But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you later. All right. Oh, yeah. By the way, if you haven't already, email the show, Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. Email Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com with your comments, your concerns. You like the show, you love the show, you know, want to be a part of the show, let me know. And yeah, that's it. No more plugs. But until tomorrow, I'll talk to you later. And as always, everybody, peace.